Good evening and welcome to Hurt Field, where the Southgate Rams take on the Roosevelt Rough Riders in LA City Section Football. Hi, I'm Kevin Terrell, and as always, I'm joined with Preston Mitchell.
Thanks, Kevin.
Tonight, the Southgate Rams coming off a thrilling come from behind 15-13 win last week at Bell. A game that the Rams trail up until the last minute. Salvador Vasquez's field goal won for the Rams, bringing the record to 1-4-1, bringing them to 1-0 in the Eastern League. Tonight, they take on a Roosevelt team, Preston, that runs the ball out of a Delaware wing tee.
Well, Roosevelt, Kevin, is tough. They're strong. They're the 9th-ranked team in the city. Last week, they put a pasting on HP. HP was run over by for over 300 yards. Roosevelt is strong. They're led by number 9, Norman Waters, a running back / linebacker, a two-way player who has had, unfortunately for him, 3 kickoffs this year returned, called back because of penalties. They also have on defense Ruben Bergano, a linebacker who is being recruited by Colorado State and Ohio State, among other colleges. I think this is going to be a pretty good game, Kevin.
Yes, it is. Coach Hernandez said that the Rams want to paint the town red tonight. As you see, the field, both ends zones are painted red. And the reason for that is for this man right here, Booster Club President Henry Gonzalez.
Hi,
and Henry,
Kevin, how are you doing?
Good. How are you tonight?
Doing well, doing well.
Now, last week, the Rams won the Mayor's Trophy.
Right, 15-13.
Defeating Bell.
Defeating Bell.
And with that came along with the painting of the end zones, right?
Well, after the game, you know, the coach wanted to say that he was going to come out all in red, and he wanted to know if the Booster Club would sponsor painting the end zones red. And I said, go ahead. And he said, they're going to paint the town red.
That's right.
So that's what they did.
Now, you started the Booster Club here at Southgate, correct?
Yeah, 1974. In 1974.
And when was the last time you missed a Southgate game?
1971. My boy was in the 10th grade in 72. I started then and tried to organize a Booster Club in 72, and the coach at that time didn't want one. And in 74, Ray McLean came along and wanted a Booster Club, so I started it. And we've been running the Booster Club for 28 straight years. I haven't missed a game at Southgate since then.
Wouldn't be the same without you here. If you would, tell us of your love for Southgate, because you love more than just high school in the city. You love Southgate for what it is and everything that's about it.
Well, I've lived here almost all my adult life, and I got really involved in the community, and that's when I decided back in the 80s to run for the city council, and I ran for the city council, became its mayor, and I started and organized Southgate youth football here. I was president for 5 years with about 3 teams, and we're about 7-8 teams now. I can remember my first year with youth football. We had a budget of $23,000. My last year, 95, it was $165,000. So things have gone. We've gotten the kids off the street, and I tell people that I don't have kids that are basically playing football anymore, but they're all my kids. I now have a granddaughter that's in the 10th grade. She's a cheerleader. I got another granddaughter who's 11th grader at the middle school, so I'll be around for another 10, 15 years.
That's good to hear. Folks, the epitome of Ram pride right here, Henry Gonzalez. You got to love him.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right.
Okay.
Be back with the opening kickoff right after this.
Hey, you want good food? Then what are you doing sitting down there for? Get on over to Bobo's at the corner of Firestone and Santa Fe. Yumpin' Yimini, I tell you, you're going to love Bobo's.
There are over 2,000 of these flowers on the grounds of Southgate High School. Inside the school are numerous plants and vases also. And the grounds itself are cleaner than ever before. All thanks to John Maloney of the Maloney Meat Company. The pride and quality of such community spirit extends to the Farmer John and Foster Farm fresh pork and poultry products prepared by John's excellent staff. For quality meats from quality people, visit the Maloney Meat Company on the corner of State Street and Firestone Boulevard.
Back at Hurt Field, preparing for the start of this football game. Southgate taking on the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Roosevelt comes in 4-2, ranked number 9 in LA City section by the LA Times. Southgate is 1-4-1, coming off their first win of the season last week at Bell. Captains are at midfield for the coin flip. Rams won the toss, decide to receive. Very different for the Rams from what we know in the past. Assuming the Rough Riders have the football to begin the second half. Won the Mayor's Trophy. Nice and painted freshly. Freshly painted, I should say, red. Is that Ram red or Devil red? Coach Gonzalez, I'll repeat what he said. He said he wanted to paint the town red. And the kickoff is dribbled downfield, bounces around into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rams take over 1st and 10.
We will be having a car wash in honor of Colin Martinez at Moose Lodge this Thursday from 9 to 3. Tickets will be $5. So if you will please, you guys would like to support his family, go to the car wash this Thursday at Moose Lodge in honor of Carlos Martinez.
Jose Acosta brings up the Rams on offense, number 11. He'll be the QB tonight. Franco Raymond be on for a little bit. And off to Castaneda. And Miguel runs hard. Gets up to the 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Rams. Very quiet night here. You see a shot of the Adelphia truck there in the background. Great minds in there. There it is. I formation for the Rams again on 2nd and 7. Rough Riders show blitz, decided to bring it, hand off to Castaneda, cuts up into the middle, gets up near the 29, about a yard short of a first down to bring up 3rd and 1. The Rams would like to keep the ball away from Roosevelt. As we'll see once they have the ball, that Delaware wing T is a quite potent offense. Picks up a lot of yards. Hand off the fullback, Torres, and he stopped for no gain. In fact, he may even lost a yard. Bring up 4th down. The Rams have to punt. Yeah.
Defensive penetration by Roosevelt. Stuck for a 1-yard loss. 4th down. Southgate could not get that extra yard they needed.
David Rios is back to punt for the Rams. Returning for the Rough Riders, the number 16, Angel Cruz. Plays wing back. Rios will waste the punt. Gets the snap. Short bounce. Takes a few Southgate bounces. They'll be down at around the 44-yard line of Roosevelt, and that's where the Rough Riders will take over. 1st and 10.
Southgate coming off a last minute victory against Bell last week to get them on a good start in the conference. 1-0. Looking to try to take over in the conference. Had a tough preseason. 0-3-1, but they managed to get a win last week. They're trying to add to that tonight.
There's the formation we spoke of. We make a motion, and Ernesto Santos said, "I'm bringing the house." He came across the line of scrimmage. I believe that'll be against the Rams. I did not see an offensive lineman of the Rough Riders move. Yes, it will, as they mark the yardage off. The motion the motion with that wing formation, I think, confused Santos, thinking that the ball may have been snapped because the wingback was in motion, running toward the line of scrimmage. It looked like almost like Canadian League football.
At least we know they're awake. That's for sure.
First and 5. Handoff. The short gain is Robert Smith, the fullback. Last week against HP, Smith ran for 155 yards on 10 carries. This is his first carry of the ball game.
Eric Torres in on the tackle. Southgate's defense trying to keep Fremont to small gains in time, not allowing the big play.
So 2nd and 2 for the Rough Riders. Gain of 3 yards on that play by Robert Smith. Roosevelt like a red helmet. Michigan is a fumble on the snap, and I believe the quarterback recovered it. Daniel Ramirez, number 5. Yes, he did. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
This is week 7 of the season, Kevin. Those kind of mistakes should not be happening at this juncture.
Looked like Mark Brunell there. Sunday night game against Baltimore.
You would think the quarterback center snap would be way down pat by this time. I'm sure that's a very troubling spot to see that for Fremont's head coach, Jose Casagran.
3rd and 2 for the Rough Riders. Casagran previously coached at Garfield as an assistant. He was defensive coordinator over there. He's been at Roosevelt for 3 years now. This is his 3rd season. And off number 0, that's Esparza. And Esparza gets the first down, but he fumbled the football. I don't know whether he was down first or not. And they're going to give it to Southgate. 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Nice hit, recovery made by number 20, number 28, David Rios.
Yes. Hit was applied by Ernesto Santos, number 1. So 1st and 10 from their own 45, the Rams take over.
Clearly a fumble. No instant replay needed, Kevin. 2 of our lovely cheerleaders tonight. Hello, ladies.
They really can hear you from up here, Preston.
Well, you never know. Through osmosis, anything's possible.
So the second possession of this football game for the Rams takes place at the 45-yard line of Southgate. 8-10 remains in the first quarter. We have no score. Hand off to Miguel Castaneda, and he gets up near the 50-yard line. Game about 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down at about 6.
Southgate still trying to run the ball effectively on Fremont. The left side of that line is a particular concern. Southgate wants to try to get something on that side. They feel, I think, that the defensive right side of Fremont is the weaker side.
Some of the young fans here tonight. Kind of a breezy evening here in Southgate tonight. Kind of chilly. 2nd and 6. Ball's at the 49. Same eye formation. Costa hands off to Castaneda, runs to his left, breaks one tackle, breaks another, picks up first down into the open field. 1 man to beat. Touchdown, Castaneda. Touchdown, Southgate. Look at here, look at here.
I got to tell you, Kevin, number 2, Jose Corona, put a spanking of a block on a downfield person.
51-yard run by Miguel Castaneda gives the Rams a 6-0 lead.
As you see on the replay, Castaneda breaking 2 tackles. If you can see the picture, bling,
oh, baby.
Jose Corona, good God, wake up, baby.
Anthony Davila, number 17, was a man that was drilled. He was knocked on his can.
And we had a late flag, maybe a dead ball foul.
Let's see what it is. The Rams indicating it's against Roosevelt. Let's see.
What a run by
Touchdown.
Castaneda.
Personal foul. Personal foul against Southgate. He single personal foul twice, though, but only pointed once to Southgate. Think it's offsetting?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a dead ball, so
Although they are backing the Rams up quite a bit, and maybe it's only against the Rams. It is. It is. It is not against Roosevelt.
It's only against the Rams.
Yes, it is. So the ball will be snapped from this 18-yard line. This will be a 25-yard extra point.
A little field goal.
Valdez hit the game winner last week. And his work cut out for him on this one. His kick is up, and it is short, and it will not be any good. He was kicking them short in pregame also. I was watching during pregame. They were very short.
Mental mistake down at the end of the play turned something good into a little less of a positive note.
7:15 remains in the first quarter. Southgate draws first blood. Back after this.
The Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard is now the licensed dealer of certified Angus beef. Angus beef products are known worldwide as the finest quality meats available. The best deserves the best. So when you want the best beef flavor, head for the Maloney Meat Company at the corner of State Street and Firestone Boulevard, your licensed dealer of certified Angus beef. The Maloney Meat Company. Quality meats from quality people.
Coach Reef Ortiz, offensive coordinator.
Southgate off to a quick start here. 6-0 lead.
7:15 remains in the first quarter. The Rough Riders get the ball for the second time in this quarter. First time around, they fumbled the ball over to the Rams on 3rd and 2.
Very important possession here. Can Southgate keep the momentum, not let Fremont get a lot of yardage down the field, keep them defensively to a minimum, not allow them to drive down the field on them and get good yardage.
And the Rams are saying they have the football. Yes, they do.
Turnover.
40-yard line. Fumble on the kickoff. I was hesitant to say anything because I wasn't sure, but sure enough, the Rams recover the football.
I believe it was might have been number 44, Eliza Corona, I believe, came out with the ball, Kevin, out of the crowd.
So the Rams take over 1st and 10 at the Roosevelt 40.
Key possession here. Got a first down off of a turnover. Let's see what Southgate can do with it, Kevin.
There's Corona, recover the fumble. Good shot on the sideline. Rams come out in their I formation. Offset I. Torres is the up back. Hand off to Castaneda. Runs to his left, still on his feet. Tries to make a spin move, but nothing doing. Norman Waters, the linebacker, makes the tackle. Gain of about a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Castaneda tried to do a little shake and bake when he got through the tackle, but I don't think Norman Waters fell for that at all.
Maybe should have ran over him instead of trying to run around him. Just put his head down and knock over Waters. I don't know. Waters didn't seem to be in good position to make a tackle there.
No, not at all.
And it looked like Castaneda ran right into him. Been trying to go to the outside of him. 2nd and 9. 6:33 remains in the first quarter. Southgate leads 6-0. 51-yard run by Castaneda. That man there who has the ball up the middle. Gets down to about the 35. Game about 4. They make it 3rd and 5.
Roosevelt looks like they're running a cover 3 defense. Straight man-to-man. Not really trying to go zone at all against Southgate. I don't think they totally respect Southgate in terms of trying with their team speed.
I don't know if it's respect or they just don't expect Southgate to pass the ball, which is a pretty good assumption.
It certainly is.
It often. But you stick with the things you do best. Southgate happens to be a running team, and they're going to run the football on you. Torres is up in the slot position on the left. Castaneda single back in the backfield. Hand off to Torres, the counter play, and he picks up the first down.
Nice block by number 70, Oscar Galdamez, leading through the right side on the pulling guard.
Yes, it was.
Eric Torres followed him right up the hole into the seam and gained the first down.
Here is a replay.
See on the replay, number 70 pulls. Comes through, nice gain. Nice gain. Southgate trying to have ball control. I think they would not like to see Roosevelt get this ball and keep trying to come back.
Costa brings him up. And Castaneda, pardon me. He gets up past the 25, up to about the 24.
Castaneda may be headed for 30 carries tonight the way it's going. Trying to pound that ball in on Roosevelt. Excuse me, I don't know why I keep calling him Fremont. Maybe it's the colors.
Fremont on the mind tonight. Last week, Castaneda rushed for 237 yards on 36 carries, averaging 6.5 yards a carry, had 2 touchdowns in the win over Bell. Roosevelt shuffles their defensive lineman over. Hand off to Castaneda. He's brought down inside the 25 to about the 23. They bring up 3rd down and about 4.
I think most people would think this is an obvious passing situation, but knowing how Southgate's been,
not for Southgate,
this may not be one. As a matter of fact, don't be surprised if Roosevelt tries to blitz on this play.
I think the win last week has produced some confidence in these young players.
Oh, I believe so.
They seem a lot more confident out there. We've only played 8 minutes in this quarter so far, but you can just tell.
Coach Hernandez said they have a totally different outlook and expectations now.
Torres is up in the slot on the right. Castaneda, this Torres goes in motion. Castaneda single back. Hand off Castaneda to the left. He cuts up field, and he's up near 1st down. Depends on where the spot is.
He may be about a half yard short. Half yard to a yard short.
It is 4th down. And, yeah, he's about a yard short.
But this is 4-down territory. There's no doubt Southgate's going to go for it.
Costa comes in with the play. 4th and 1 for the Rams. Ball's on the 19-yard line. We have 3:13 remaining in the first quarter. Southgate leads 6-0 over the number 9 ranked Roosevelt Rough Riders, ranked in the LA Times, that is. I believe Costa's going to keep it. No, he hands off the Torres up the middle. And the fullback gets it. A little confusion there. Nevertheless, it is a 1st down.
Chains keep moving.
See Coach Fortiz talking to his quarterback, Jose Acosta. Rams have new logos, as you see in the end zones and on the helmets right there. Maybe you and I get a hat out of this deal. What do you think? You're asking for a jacket.
I want Henry's jacket, yeah.
You asked a little too much there, Press.
Well, you got to start somewhere, man.
I'll settle for a hat. Offset eye for the Rams. Handoff. Castaneda hit hard. He was smacked by Angel Cruz, number 16.
Cruz came up to stuff the run from his linebacker position. Filled right in the hole and took on the punishment. In fact, probably gave a little more than he got, actually. That's what it's about, baby. When you go up in that hole, the trenches, it's tough.
2nd and 8. He's gained 2 yards on that play. Ball's on the 13-yard line. Castaneda single back in the backfield as the Rough Riders jump off sides. The Rams had twins on the left. And I think the Rough Riders may have assumed they're going to throw the ball.
I think number 73 for Roosevelt, Jorge Acosta, jumped just a little too quickly.
I think so.
And looks like he's jumping to the sideline as a result.
Yep. A little anxious there, Jorge, pardon me. So 2nd down and 5, or 2nd down and 3, pardon me, from the 8-yard line. It's much better 2nd down and 8 from the 13-yard line. Same formation, twins left. Torres in motion to the right. Hand off to Castaneda to the right. Cuts up the middle, still on his feet. And he's into the end zone for another touch. No, they're not going to give it to him. Oh. He's in the paint. He has red all over him.
He's got red on his jersey besides the colors of it.
Where's the instant replay at? They're going to spot it at the half-inch yard line. Here's the replay. You tell us, folks. What's this?
He's right on the line, baby.
That's close. I don't know.
If he breaks the plane, he's in.
That's close. He could have extended the ball, but I think he got across anyway. Look, the ball hit the white yard marking there of the end zone.
Well, you know, chalk flying up doesn't signify much, apparently, to the officials.
First and goal from the 1-inch line. That's Preston Mitchell there, folks. Hand off to Torres, and the fullback gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Southgate.
All right, baby.
It's Mr. Terrell. Nasty if you know me. Don't call me baby.
Well, thanks, Kevin.
13-0. Southgate leads. We have 1:19 remaining in the first quarter. And things are looking good for the Rams.
Southgate's going to elect to just go for one.
Pardon me, it's 12-0. I spoke ahead of myself. Valdez will come on to kick the extra point now as he missed a 25-yarder thanks to the penalty earlier on the first touchdown. This kick is up, and it is good. So now, with 1:19 remaining in the first quarter, Southgate leads 13-0.
Hi, Rams fans. I'm Rule.
I'm Marcia.
And I'm Leda.
Southeast Awards is proud to sponsor Southgate High School and their sports activities.
Ofrecemos una completa línea de plumas Cross y Schaefer, trofeos, placas, medallas y cintas para los que se merecen lo mejor.
We feature computerized engraving, prompt service, and quality at discount prices.
Order from Southeast Awards by calling 323-566-1972.
Back at Hurd Field.
Southgate has scored on 2 of their first 3 possessions, showing that they can definitely muster up some offense if they want to. Coach Hernandez has to be pleased with this quick start.
This kick is up. Squib kick. Taking Robert Smith, 41, the fullback. Smith to the 30, 35, 40. Midfield. Still on his feet. Finds pushed out of bounds by Clayton Jones at the 35-yard line of Southgate. So Roosevelt has excellent field position at the 35-yard line of Southgate. Man,
Robert
just
Smith,
like that.
Huge return by Robert Smith.
Yes, it is.
You've got to know that Roosevelt has one of the better special teams in the city. He gets through the crease, runs up the sideline, and now it's just a foot race. He gets by the kicker, and number 19, Clayton Jones, just managed to push him out.
Salvador Valdez, the kicker, did not want any part of Robert Smith. You saw that on the highlight. That tackle was not going to be made. First and 10. I love you, Salvador, but he wasn't going to tackle on that one. This is a handoff. This is Cruz. And Cruz gets up to the 33-yard line. Gain about 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
You know, kickers aren't the toughest tackling guys on earth.
He kind of like slid up under him and make an effort.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
All right. Southgate looking a little confused on defense.
A lot of defenders bunched up near the line of scrimmage. Daniel Ramirez brings up the Rough Riders. Back to pass, Ramirez. Tosses the pass to Smith. Smith falls on his knees. He'll be down at about the 36. In fact, I think he lost a yard on that play.
Fortunate break for Southgate as Smith looked like he was about to get a little opening. He had a blocker in front of him.
Here it is again. Yeah, he did have a blocker right there trying to cut up.
Made the cut at the 38 and unfortunately just lost his footing.
DeCinto was there, number 53, to make the hit on him. And he was in position to make the tackle. We've come to the end of the first quarter. Southgate leads Roosevelt 13-0. Back after this.
It's the Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard for the freshest and finest in chicken, beef, and pork products.
First of all, there's no preservatives, no additives. It's naturally grown. Then again, with this opportunity, why should I consider anything else but freshness? And it's been the policy of this company all the time. Fresh is healthy. This is it. Fresh is healthy.
Quality meats from quality people. The Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard in Southgate.
Is that Cordray too?
Yeah.
14-0 within the first.
It's either Rambo or Ramsey. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. But he's partying the cheerleaders.
I wouldn't mind his shoes.
It's one of the valuable stat girls. Ramirez back to pass. Look, stop, throws. Incomplete. And it was there off the fingertips of Jose Hernandez.
Got to catch that baby wide open.
He was open and the ball was right there.
Those are mistakes.
In his fingers, on his hands. Look at that. He had that. He had beat the DB. Oh my gosh. Can't ask for any better than that. Brings up 4th down and 10 for the Rough Riders. The ball's at the 36-yard line of Southgate.
I think the Ram is showing off his cavities to the young chief.
Why? What nice teeth you have. Rough Riders are a 70-30 team. They run 70% of the time. We've seen about 30% of their passing so far, pressing this one drive. On 4th and 10, they probably will go to the air. Ramirez back to pass, rolls to his left, stop, looks, hums it downfield, almost intercepted. David Rios is right there. Intended for Hernandez to get number 4. And I guess they feel that's just as good as a punt, so the Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 36.
Actually, it may have been good that he didn't catch the ball. They would have lost about 20 yards. He'd have been tackled around the 10, so it turned out actually to be in their favor to just for the ball to go through his hands.
Very true. Although it would have helped out Rio's stats.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, we're on TV tonight.
You can't ever get too many picks.
No, you can't. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Jose Corona splits wide left. Santos wide right. Torres. Castaneda backs in the backfield. Castaneda gets it and takes it up the middle. Gets up to about the 30, let's say the 38. Gain of 2 on the play.
You gotta find 16 and get on it. Okay?
He's up 2nd and 8.
Stop on there. Confused out there. Come on, hey.
Coach Hernandez trying to exhort his troops on, telling his defense to be ready for the next series when the ball gets back to Roosevelt's offense.
They're playing ball tonight. They really are.
They've come ready, it appears.
All right, formation. Raymond Franco's in at 1 receiver. Hand off to Torres of the middle. Is a fullback. Torres in the open field. 2 men to beat. Finally he's brought down. But not before he gets deep into Roosevelt territory. Woo!
Eric Torres, my gosh. Simple dive play. Blake's through it. It's a foot race now. The corners, number 17, Anthony Davila, number
12, who's now on our roster press.
I guess number 12 is on our roster.
I want to save you from embarrassment, but
well, number 12, the unknown corner, was chasing him.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball to 24, Roosevelt. Castaneda to his left. And stop for no gain.
That's the first time Roosevelt has shut down that little counter play to try to pull the guard from the right or left side, depending on which side they go to and come across. But Roosevelt was ready that time.
I don't think they're expecting this type of game from the Rams. Roosevelt lost their first game of the season 34-7 at the hands of Carson. Came back and won the next week 29-25 at Marshall. The following week they defeated Franklin 42-27. I'll comment after this play. This is Castaneda up the middle. Gets up near the 20-yard line. The following week after their win over Franklin, they lost to Dorsey 12-7. Tonight Dorsey's playing Crenshaw in a big Coliseum League game.
Huge game. It's the game of the week. Crenshaw, one of the 2 undefeated teams, I believe, left in the city section.
After that, the Rough Riders defeated North Hollywood 34-19, and then last week they thrashed HP 34-3. There was a running clock in the second half. And like Preston said in the opening, they ran for over 300 yards using 5 different running backs. Third and 7 for the Rams. Ball to the 21-yard line of Roosevelt. Raymond's at 1 receiver. Santos at the other. Fake the hand of Castaneda. Back to pass. It's Acosta. He rolls to his right. He's going to be sacked and brought down. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. Robert Smith was there. Andrew Cruz was there.
Penetration came really quickly. Acosta didn't have much time to turn around and blow his nose almost. He's on the run, baby, and that is that. Number 41, Robert Smith, was on him like you would not believe. I thought he was wearing a Southgate jersey. He got in there so quickly.
Brings up 4th and 13. The ball's at the 28-yard line. And the Rams, believe it or not, are going to go for it.
I don't believe it.
Raymond and Santos split wide right. Torres is in the slot. Castaneda is single back. Back to pass Acosta. No pressure. Looks. Throws. Passes short. And Santos was there. He was open. Wow.
Acosta throws it just a little short. But Santos, like you said, Kevin, the rollout right, he sees him but underthrows him. He's wide open.
Wide open.
The ball is 2 yards short.
Great call by offensive coordinator Rudy Ortiz.
Nice play to try to get Acosta outside the pocket, rolling out.
So both teams go for it on 4th down and are unsuccessful. Turn the ball back over on downs. 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. Ball's at the 27-yard line of Roosevelt. Look out. Oh, good hit. David Rios. And what was developing to be a big play, Manuel Esparza gets up to the 36-yard line. Looked like he had room for more. Watch this.
An inside double reverse. Instead of going all the way around the end, they cut it inside the tackle and had a huge gain.
Gain of 7 on play, brings up 2nd and 3.
One good block away from breaking that one.
Yes, he was. And up again to Esparza. Esparza's the 1st down. It's tackled by Torres. It's across the 40 to about the 41.
Esparza trying to get a little bit of a rhythm. That's his 2nd straight carry of positive yardage. Roosevelt, I think still feeling that they can stick with their game plan. I don't think they want to pass a lot tonight, Kevin.
7:30 remains in the first half. Southgate leads 13-0 over the number 9 ranked, I should say, Roosevelt Rough Riders. I almost said my Pathfinders from the Preston so much here. I caught myself.
Oh, don't follow me.
Ramirez brings them up, and the flag is thrown for the ball is snapped.
I think Roosevelt got a little jittery, had some movement on their offense.
The offense. I'll back him up 5. It's the 1st and 15.
Southgate trying to control this game on the defensive end as well as the offensive end.
Rams showing blitz. DeCinto does blitz. The ball's pitched to Smith. He fumbles the football and finally does a wise thing and falls on it. DeCinto was blitzing for the Rams on the left side. He had an easy path for the quarterback. The ball is pitched to the right, or to the left of the offense. You see Smith drop it there.
For you young players out there, what Smith did was an excellent decision. Instead of trying to pick the ball up and getting something and possibly not recovering it at all, he just fell on it. Very smart play by Smith.
Very smart. 2nd and 23. Loss of 8 on that play. Ball's at their own 29-yard line. Inside handoff again, reverse to Esparza. Esparza up the middle. Esparza finally is tackled and broke down by DeCinto. Up near 1st down.
Going back to the well for that inside double reverse. Esparza once again, fake end around, reverse to him, coming right up the middle. Big gain.
Clayton Jones missed the tackle. DeCinto was there to make the stop. And the Rams called timeout with 5:53 remaining in the first half. Back after this.
Transportation for the SGTV crew is provided by Happy Motors. Yes, Happy Motors, where every one of our cars would smile if it could. Need a hot car at really cool prices? We got 'em. Sorry that green one there is the boss's and presently is not for sale. While you're making up your mind, come and relax in our new lounge, custom built with you in mind. Remember, at Happy Motors, if you've got the money, we could care less how you got it.
It's been a pretty quick first half. Almost 6 minutes remain, 5:53 to be exact in the half. I think there was a wise timeout on Southgate's part. Coach Hernandez seeing that they weren't really stopping Roosevelt. They weren't in a defensive groove like they were in the first quarter and a half. And now they're trying to regroup and trying to stop Roosevelt from driving up the field as consistently as they have been.
This is a big third down. They convert this and they go on to score. They get the ball back to start the second half. There it is again. And Cruz has it for the first down. Angel Cruz in the inside reverse. This time they went to the left of the Roosevelt offense.
Whether they go left or go right, here we go again. This time we're going to the left side.
Cruz ran to Esparza, who's almost knocked him off his feet. Speaking of the speed of this half, the reason the clock is going so fast, Preston, they're running the ball so much. Very few passes.
Oh, yeah.
We had that one drive where both teams are throwing the ball, but that's it. Ramirez hands off to Cruz again, and Cruz is stuck. Jacinto makes the tackle.
Roosevelt interchanging players, a lot of substitutions for them, especially on the offensive side. Trying to see if Southgate can be kept off balance, trying to use the inside reverse, double reverses to the left and right, which is a play that obviously has been keeping Southgate pretty fooled.
We have a big roster, a lot of players, good size. 5 minutes remains in the half. Ramirez brings him up. Esparza in motion, runs to his right, keeps it, cuts upfield. Jacinto brings him down. Still with Eric Torres.
Good pursuit by Southgate. It looked as though Esparza was maybe going to sneak through that hole and get a bigger chunk of yardage than he had.
Yeah, it did. I thought he had more room to run.
Yeah, he was cut off. Very good defensive play.
Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Rough Riders. Ball to the 42-yard line of Southgate.
If nothing else, Southgate just needs to make them work. Make them work for every yard they get. They can't have big plays. You've got to hold them to a minimum of big plays.
Roy Ruelas comes in for Ernest Santos. And Roosevelt calls timeout this time. .416 back after this.
The Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard is now the licensed dealer of certified Angus beef. Angus beef products are known worldwide as the finest quality meats available. The best deserves the best. So when you want the best beef flavor, head for the Maloney Meat Company at the corner of State Street and Firestone Boulevard, your licensed dealer of certified Angus beef. The Maloney Meat Company. Quality meats from quality people.
And now you get the inside because I'm not expecting it, okay?
Right.
I want end back across to the left side, guys. Okay? But we got to watch the quarterback and watch the option. Watch the hook and lateral trick play.
Yeah,
watch the trick play right now. It's coming. Okay? Okay? One of you guys go over the nose and punch his ass.
I got it.
One of you got him. Go over the nose.
Strategy. Motivation.
Coach Hernandez pressing his defensive troops on. Hang tough. Don't be fooled by the trickery. Watch the reverses. He thinks a trick play may be coming in one of these next 2 plays.
Ramirez brings him up. This is Adewale.
Well,
Jody gains maybe a yard on 3rd down. Brings up 4th and 6.
Eric Torres said, let me pull a little trick of my own back here in the backfield.
Adewale rushed for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against HP. So 3:50 remains in the first half. And the Rough Riders are going to punt as Robert Smith drops back. In punt formation. Yeah, watch for the fake on this.
Southgate can't leave their outside men uncovered.
Off the side of his foot, Santos watches it and catches on the bounce, runs to his right, is tripped up and brought down at about the 10.
Nice tackle, number 2, Jody Adewale. Shoestring tackle after good pursuit. Oh, excuse me, number 21, Chris Calvillo. Excuse me, I only saw the 2 on his jersey.
Rams of the football with 3:19 remaining in this half.
Got to be careful down here, Kevin. You're deep in your own territory at the 10. Got to watch a turnover.
Oh, yeah.
Got to watch for the turnover.
Santos is wide right. Corona's wide left. Costa hands off to Torres. Eric gets up to about the 14-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Makes it 2nd and 4. Or gain of 4 on the play. Makes it 2nd and 6.
Have that.
Acosta getting the start tonight, Kevin. Coach Hernandez was telling us that their normal quarterback, Eric Nieves, normal starter, would not be playing tonight. Coach's decision.
After Torres again. He gets him across the 15, about to the 16. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Will Southgate maybe attempt to throw a pass in this situation? Most likely not.
It's interesting to see a head coach miss out on the offensive series of his team. Coach Hernandez is over there talking to his defense, and I mean, I'm not speaking bad against that. You know, he has to do what he has to do to win the game. But it's very unusual to see a coach just totally ignore what's going on offensively and to talk to his defense. I've never seen that. And off the Torres of the middle again, he runs hard.
Ball is loose.
And he's just short of a first down. I don't think he quite got it.
He had to get to just before the 20 or right up to 20. I think it's going to be a 4th down, though.
Here's a replay.
Roosevelt trying to stop the clock and does with a timeout.
Freeze play. Freeze play. Go.
This is when all the real coaching goes on now. It's like end of the half, end of the game. You try to make the most of those precious few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And you're trying to give your players so much to remember.
Well, Roosevelt has 1 timeout left. And I'm sure they'll try to preserve that as much as they can in this last minute 46 and a half. But they will get excellent field position after this punt. He's somewhere inside Southgate's territory.
The Rams come out on offense as if they're going to run the ball or run a play, I should say, and not punt the football, Preston. Their regular offense is out there.
It looks like they're going for it on 4th down, Kevin. This is a huge gamble.
This is a huge gamble. If they fell here, oh my gosh. Now the Rough Riders are back deep as if a punt is going to occur.
Or I wonder if Coach Hernandez is just trying to do a long count to maybe get Roosevelt off sides.
Nevertheless, the Rough Riders are coming up now playing defense as their deep man. Gabriel Hernandez comes up, plays a linebacker position. Torres goes in motion. They're going to run a play, Preston.
They are.
4th down. Oh, okay. Now they take a timeout. Trying to get the Rough Riders to jump. It didn't work. Good strategy. Sometimes it is successful, sometimes it isn't. That time it wasn't. For a minute 46, the ball's on your own 19-yard line on 4th and 1. Last thing you want to do is turn the ball over on downs.
Now, so I believe Southgate thought they could do a little bit of trickery, but the safest thing to do is punt the ball. Even if Roosevelt has it in Southgate's territory, it's better than losing the ball on downs at the 10.
Rios' punt. Takes a bounce to 45, bounces in the Roosevelt territory. You're going to go out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Back after this. See our score.
Hi, Rams fans. I'm Rule.
I'm Marcia.
And I'm Leda.
Southeast Awards is proud to sponsor Southgate High School and their sports activities.
Ofrecemos una completa línea de plumas Cross y Schaefer, trofeos, placas, medallas y cintas para los que se merecen lo mejor.
We feature computerized engraving, prompt service, and quality at discount prices.
Order from Southeast Awards by calling 323-566-1972.
There we are. As the Rough Riders run a play, Ramirez passes deep and is caught. Hernandez is finally brought down at the 20-yard line. Sorry to ignore you guys when you had us on camera there.
Big play by Roosevelt. Caught Southgate sleeping on defense. I don't know if it was man-to-man coverage or a zone. Hernandez gets by them for about a 45-yard pass play.
Ramirez just dropped back and lofted that ball. Hernandez had beat double coverage too. 1st and 10. Ball's the 20-yard line of Southgate. Minute 14 remains in the half. Inside handoff. Nothing doing. The Rams, Eric Torres, does an outstanding job.
Ball is loose.
Of forcing a fumble, and the Rams get the football.
What a turn of events, Kevin. That happened so fast, my head is still kind of spinning.
Chris Rico recovers the fumble for Southgate. Here it is, inside handoff. I didn't see where the fumble occurred. I did see Torres make the hit.
I wasn't even sure he ever, on the revert, the inside handoff, he ever even got the ball.
Chris Rios recovered a fumble for Southgate, so the Rams take over again.
On the replay, he never received the handoff. The ball was kind of stuck up in his arms, and then it got loosened.
And Torres didn't know he didn't have the football. He's just making the tackle. 1st and 10, ball's at their own 26. Hand up to Castaneda. He's tripped up from behind in the backfield. Tackle made by number 10, Jose Flores.
That was a very strange sequence of two different plays, but very fortunate for Southgate in the end.
The Rams is looking around the clock. So we're under a minute here. 40 seconds and counting remains in the first half.
Roosevelt, I guess, electing to save to keep their one timeout and go into the half trailing.
Corona was a ball carrier in that play. It's ISO and Raymond Franco, the receiver.
We look at number 7, Raymond Franco, on this isolation. Trying to throw a stalk block downfield.
Even on running plays, receivers have responsibilities to carry out their blocks to give the impression that it may be a pass, to keep that defensive back honest. That was a great job of isolating Raymond Franco, who may see a little time here tonight at quarterback.
This will probably be the last play of the first half.
19 seconds remains in the first half. Torres and Castaneda are the backs in the backfield. Hand off to Torres. And look at Eric up the middle again. Another long run for Eric Torres, still on his feet. Eric Torres, he has a host of Rough Riders trailing him behind him, and finally he's tackled and brought down at the 11-yard line. The Rams hurry and call a timeout with 9 seconds remaining in this half.
And there's also a flag down at the end of the play, thrown at about the 23-yard line.
Eric
Torres turning on the burners.
They're just trying to run the clock out.
Quick dive, a simple dive play again. Gets loose up the middle. Now it's a foot race. One dive for misses. And number 8, Gabriel Hernandez comes almost all the way across the field to track him down.
A tough, hard running clipping against the Rams. Gonna bring that all the way back. That's a killer.
Torres had a tremendous run up the middle.
That hurts. Wow.
He would have needed about another 8 or 9 yards for field goal position, but now that's a moot point. Wiped out by the clipping penalty.
So Southgate calls a timeout. The ball will be spotted at the 40. It's going to be brought back to the spot of the foul.
Southgate has an outside chance to get in the field goal range. But with
9
only
seconds
9
is going to be
seconds
tough.
left.
And they have no more timeouts left either.
Yeah.
So that's going to be real tough. I don't know, Preston. They throw an out pattern, the receiver gets out of bounds. But with the passing game that the Rams have, I don't know if that's possible. It'll probably take too long for that kind of play to develop.
You may be right, Kevin. It's a tough situation for them to be in after going deep into Roosevelt territory after that long run.
Wow. Now, if the ball stayed spotted at the 12 where it was when he got tackled, or probably the 20, I believe is where it was, then I said he have a shot at a field goal. Fullback option. Torres hums the ball to Raymond. Oh, that's got to be pass interference. Raymond catches it out of bounds. He was bumped by the DB.
I think he was more than bumped. He looked like he was held.
Oh, my gosh. No pass interference in that play. You've got to be kidding me. Watch this. You tell me. Ball's in the air. Right there. That's pass interference.
It's hard to see from that angle, but looking at it from our vantage point earlier, it looked like number 12, the unknown defensive back, definitely committed interference.
Here it is again. Great pass by Torres. He's doing everything tonight. Look at this. Bump right there. You cannot touch the defensive or the wide receiver more than 5 yards downfield. That is a penalty. And the referees are arguing with Southgate, the coaches on the sideline. The coaches are holding back the Southgate players, allowing Roosevelt to go into the locker room first before they proceed to the locker room. At the end of one half, you see our score. Southgate leads the number 9 ranked Roosevelt Rough Riders. I don't know why it's hard for me to say it tonight. 13-0. They have Fremont on the mind, thanks to Preston Mitchell.
I've transferred it to you.
Back with the second half right after this.
Hey, you want good food? Then what are you doing sitting down there for? Get on over to Bobo's at the corner of Firestone and Santa Fe. Yumpin' Yiminy, I tell you, you're going to love Bobo's.
The Captains are at midfield where we have the second half kickoff. The Rough Riders will be receiving. And there's Henry Gonzalez, Booster Club president. Has not missed a game since 1971. That man is at every game with accurate stats. You ever want to know what happened on the previous play? Just ask Henry. He'll tell you. By the end of the game, he has all the yardage totaled up, penalties, who did what, and that's his starter there. I believe this is starter Laura. We're on the air, Preston.
We're on the air. Okay.
And there's Bubba.
Ah, Big Bubs.
Tonight, Monday night, is Bubba's birthday. And we get away from the birthday boy.
Throw your hands in the air, Bubs.
Terrence Bubba Thomas. B-Man. He was a student of Coach Cordray, the former coach here, back at Washington High. They formed a friendship that lasts until this day. Salvador Vasquez to kick off. Or Valdez, pardon me. Short kick. Antonio Sanchez takes it and is down at the 36-yard line. The Rough Riders have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 36. They trail 13-0 here at Hurd Field. Roosevelt came into this ball game ranked number 9 by the LA Times in the city section.
The pooch kick is not a bad idea on the kickoff. I guess I just don't like the idea of giving up so much yardage on the kickoff, and they get great field position to start with.
I agree. It's a Delaware wing tee that the Rough Riders love to run. Ramirez hands off to number 2. Adewale. He's hit and brought down at about the 37, let's say 38-yard line. Gain 2 on the play, makes it 2nd and 8.
Roosevelt comes out, same type of formation, running the ball, trying to take it and putting it down Southgate's throats.
So far, the Rams have been painting the town red. As another short carry gets the ball up to the 45-yard line. It's a 3rd down and about a yard.
This opening possession of the second half is crucial for both teams. Southgate trying to keep their defensive strategy strong and keep Roosevelt scoreless. Roosevelt trying to get some kind of continuity to get on the board.
Right you are, Preston. Inside handoff, Cruz, and I don't know. Depends on the spot.
It's going to be close.
I think he got it. Yes, he did. Here's a replay.
Simple dive, lean forward just enough to get the 1st down.
Barely. He barely got that. I'm up here with my field glasses. Pardon me, Preston. I think you got a favorable spot. Go ahead. And I think the offensive line of the Rough Riders moved.
I was just going to say, Roosevelt looked like they're way more alive at the beginning of the second half than they were the first half. And I guess that legal procedure shows it.
They're coming here off of a 2-game winning streak. Like I said, beating North Hollywood 34-19. Then last week's win over HP. So could be a little relaxed, a little confident. Remember that Southgate's only won 1 game all year. They probably may have been thinking this would be an easier game than what it has been so far. We've only played 1 half. 13 points is not an insurmountable score, as the tackle was made by a bump. Edgardo Gonzalez, he bumped the ball carrier instead of tackled him and knocked him on his can. Watch this. Boom.
You go to the well one too many times, baby. You're bound to drown.
I don't think Gonzalez knew that the ball carrier was next to him.
I don't think the ball carrier knew he was going to run into Edgardo's sizable shoulder either.
Here's a good shot of him. 5'6", 209 pounds. There's a good shot of the Rams' defensive line in the front 7 with the linebackers. 2nd and 19. The ball's to the 38 of Roosevelt. Back to pass to Ramirez. Rolls to his left. Looks. Throws the ball downfield. Intercepted. Ernesto Santos has the football for the Rams. 1st and 10, Southgate at the 45-yard line of the Rams.
Southgate ran it 2 deep, cover 2, man-to-man. Coverage was terrific.
Yes, it was.
Quarterback for Roosevelt, Ramirez had nowhere to go. Poor pass was intercepted by terrific coverage. Southgate defensively rose to the occasion.
They had him covered short. They had him covered deep, Preston. That was excellent coverage by the Rams secondary.
Can't get any better than that.
Good job. 9:24 remains in the 3rd quarter. Rams take over 1st and 10. The ball's at their own 45-yard line. Acosta's gone all the way so far at quarterback for the Rams tonight. He gives the ball to Castaneda, and Miguel gets up around the 47. Gain of 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Rams.
Southgate does not seem to almost at all remotely resemble the team that I saw in our last home game against Granada Hills. They seem to be more confident, seem to be more comfortable with the offense. They seem to be more comfortable with their defense, seem to be more than ready to take this challenge on tonight.
Torres is up in the slide on the right. Raymond's receiver split wide on the right. Castaneda single back in the backfield. Inside hand off to Torres. Here comes Eric. Look out. Up the middle. Eric Torres runs hard. Finally, he's brought down by Cruz, but he's into Roosevelt territory. First down, Southgate. Man, you have to think, if he didn't go both ways, he didn't play both on offense and defense, how much more energy would he have? He's going to break one of these.
Is this from the reverse angle, or are we watching instant replays? This is the third huge run for Torres tonight. My God. Simple inside handoff. Is that counter play again? Number 70 leading the way. Oscar Galdamez, another huge gain. That play has worked
3 times
repeatedly tonight.
Yes, it has. 3 times for huge gains. This is Castaneda running to the right behind Torres. He cuts up behind him, and there's a ton of Rough Riders waiting for him. A lot of poundage there. This is later the wood on him. Initial hits by number 4, Jose Hernandez.
That's a tough 2 yards.
Yes, it was. There were several Rough Riders there to meet him and greet him. Watch this.
That's what you call a ball
Boom,
hawking
1,
defense.
2, 3. Let's meet you at the running back, okay, guys? .738 remains in the the third quarter.
Just trying to turn back the clock a little.
A little bit. Hand off inside to Torres, and the Rough Riders are ready for it. They're expecting it. He's bottled up. Stop for no gain. They bring up 3rd and 8.
Southgate's faced with a 3rd and long. They've been running the ball on these 3rd down situations. Will Coach Hernandez maybe change something up and try to trick Roosevelt with a pass, if you can call that trickery?
The earlier pass he threw to Santos on the 4th down play, it was there. He was open. Acosta rolled out to his right, had plenty of time to throw the football. Santos split wide left, or wide right. Raymond's wide left. Acosta back to pass, looks, throws, almost intercepted. Could have been pass interference. The linebacker was all over the receiver, the intended receiver, Eric Torres.
Dangerous pass attempted by Acosta. Roll out left, the fake. And as you can see, I don't think he really even concentrated on where he was throwing. It was a terrible pass.
Miguel was the defending the play, number 22. He was all over Torres.
Southgate really fortunate to get that ball back.
Yeah. Angel Cruz, number 16, was there defending the play. He almost deflected and almost picked it off. 4th and 7 from the Roosevelt 31, and the Rams going to go for it again. No
Rams
faith in their
have
field
no
kicker.
fear, baby.
And up to Torres. Eric is up near 1st down. I can't tell from here. Yes, he got it.
I think he got it.
Wow. Inside handoff to Torres. Pick up the 1st down for the Rams.
Very slow developing play.
My
Line was stacked up, but he still managed to get through the line and get enough yardage for the 1st down.
Pardon me, Press. We're talking about confidence in your running game. Come up upon 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 13-0 is the score. Southgate leads. Torres is in the slot on the left. Flags thrown. We got motion.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kevin. Southgate a little too anxious that time, it appears.
And the return of the helmet cam. The man introduced that to SGTV. Arquizada is now at Univision. rumor has it that he's introduced to CBS, Fox, and ESPN.
1st and 15.
Costa hands off to Castaneda. Miguel running, spinning, fighting for yards. Gets up near the 22.
That's a run, Kevin, that didn't net him a lot of yardage, but that type of run later in the game may be proving really key for him. If that's a 2 or 3 yard goal line run, he doesn't stop, he keeps his legs turning. That's a good run. May not have gotten him much yardage, but it's a tough, solid run.
2nd and 9, gain of a yard in the play. Ball spot at the 22-yard line of Roosevelt. Costa brings him up. Torres takes an inside handoff. There he is. Eric cuts, spins, runs hard.
Is that Jim Brown? Oh, Eric, shades of JB.
Here's the replay.
Cut off here. Watch the quick spin. Bling, bling. Gains another extra couple of yards.
He's running hard.
Eric is on the move tonight.
3rd and 1 on this play.
His mother is just down below us from the booth watching intently.
She's at every game. 3rd and 1 for the Rams. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line of Roosevelt. Corona's in at tailback. Hand off to Torres up the middle, and I believe he has it.
He's extremely close. May need a measure.
In fact, one of the officials is signaling 4th down, so maybe not. I may have spoke too soon. Great shot. Oh, the 1st down. There it is. Look at that. Great shot.
Well, you never know, Kevin. Hold on. They may change their minds and say 4th down. You gotta watch these guys.
It's Jonathan Hernandez there. Intensity, baby. Way up yonder, that's where we are.
Great drive for Southgate so far.
Ball's to the 14. Hand off to Torres. Spins, runs hard. Flags thrown on the play. May have been a face mask.
May have been a face mask or a hold. It was thrown right near a lineman, which indicates yes,
holding against the Rams.
Holding. That's a penalty that kills you. You got a good drive, you're heading towards the goal line, and all of a sudden you're moving 15 yards in the other direction. And those are shades of their first couple of games of the season.
So it's 1st and 15 from the 19 now. Got to get to the 4-yard line for a 1st down. This drive is taking a lot of time. There's only 3:38 remaining in this quarter. If Southgate can get some points on this drive, as I look over across the field and see how flat the Roosevelt players are appearing, standing there motionless, it would really put a damper on the offensive attack. The Rough Riders run as Castaneda takes the ball in the middle, because their running offense is hit or miss. It really is. It would force the Rough Riders to have to go to the air with the football, something they do not like to do. Here's a replay of the last carry by Castaneda.
Southgate still using the ground game to try to grind it out, wear down Roosevelt, and spend a lot of time off this clock. In my estimation, if Southgate scores a touchdown here, it is really tight on Roosevelt. Their whole game plan is probably going to have to change. They're going to have to go to the air more. And I know that's what Coach Hernandez would like to see. He'd like to see them pass more.
2nd and 16, get a 4 in the play. Check the loss of a yard. Misspoke. And nothing doing for Castaneda there. It's going to be 3rd down.
Castaneda nowhere to go, really. Roosevelt stacks him up.
Hernandez is there, along with Cruz.
Angel Cruz wasn't such an angel on that play.
Gets some great shots tonight. Corey Hernandez on handheld getting these for us. Hope you appreciate them as much as we are. They're great. 3rd and 15 for the Rams. Twins left. Raymond and Santos are the receivers. Costa rolls to his left. He eludes one defender. Rolls, stop. He's going to be tackled and brought down. Jose had no time to throw the football.
Get away from one, but you can't escape them all.
They turned the dogs loose and set him after him.
As a matter of fact, the guy he first shook, number 9, comes back to make a clean finishing hit to take care of the play.
4th down for the Rams, 4th and 15. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line of Roosevelt, and the Rams will go for it.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, it's too short to punt the ball, and the kicker's leg is not strong enough to get 3 points for the field goal.
Knowing how this game is going, they may get a 25-yard run and get a first down.
You have no choice. You have to go for it. Raymond and Santos split wide right. Good time to go to the tight end Vasquez right now. Pass intended for Santos, way over his head. A flag's been thrown in play. Southgate lineman indicating it's against Roosevelt. We'll see if the officials make the call.
If this is against Southgate, I'm sure Roosevelt will decline it. Pass was way overthrown.
They're declining it
on Santos. Jose Acosta has not been on par almost with any of his passes. In fact, has he even completed a pass tonight, Kevin?
No.
Yeah, he is over.
Blocked below the legs, clipping. Either way. Illegal blocks called against the Rams. Turn the ball over to the Rough Riders. The ball will go over to them 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of Roosevelt. We have 46 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Holding penalty wound up killing Southgate in the end. Stalled the drive.
Yes, it did. It did hurt. 4 receivers on the field right now for the Rough Riders. Ramirez hands off inside to Smith, the fullback. Oh, he's hit.
Nice.
Picks up a first down, but he was drilled. I saw that young man's head snap back. He got hit so hard.
Clayton Jones, number 19, I think, with the initial hit.
Watch the hit. He goes take here. Right? Boom, there. Nevertheless, it's a first down for the Rough Riders. Good shot of Ramirez, quarterback. 5'9" senior. Hands up the fullback Smith again. Fake the handoff, pardon me. Instead of the quarterback keeper.
Roosevelt still feels like the ground game is the way to go. They're not out of it. They're only down 13-0. They are still in this ball game.
Yes, they are, Preston.
There's plenty of time. Southgate had a chance to, I would say, if they would have scored a touchdown at the last drive, almost put this game away. But now it's coming up on the end of the 3rd quarter. Roosevelt's trying to get a drive. It's anybody's ball game still. It's up for grabs.
That was a long time consuming drive that the Rams had as the Rough Riders let the clock run out at the end of the 3rd quarter. See Edgardo Gonzalez there on the sideline. Cooled out a little bit.
Can I get one of those personal water pours too up here?
At the end of 3, you see our score. Back after this with the 4th quarter.
Hi, Rams fans. I'm Rule.
I'm Marcia.
And I'm Leda.
Southeast Awards is proud to sponsor Southgate High School and their sports activities.
Ofrecemos una completa línea de plumas Cross y Schaefer, trofeos, placas, medallas y cintas para los que se merecen lo mejor.
We feature computerized engraving, prompt service, and quality at discount prices.
Order from Southeast Awards by calling 323-566-1972.
They lost to Fremont.
While we were away, Rough Riders were going to play. Hand off to number 25, who we do not have on our roster. Picked up 4 yards, makes it 3rd and 6 for the Rough Riders.
That's
the ball spotted at the 45-yard line. Pardon me, Press.
I'm sorry.
45-yard line.
That's Kenny Benitez, number 25 for Roosevelt.
Okay, you're right. That was a late addition to our roster. Way to go, Press. That's why you're up here.
We're still looking for
That's why.
We're still looking for the unknown defensive back, though, number 12.
He's played a pretty good game, although he did have a pass interference that wasn't called. Cruz is in motion. Fake the handoff to Cruz. Ramirez drop back to pass. Looks, stops, throws, caught. Great grab And they're saying, no, it wasn't that great. It was incomplete.
Oh.
For Gueno, the tight end who's being recruited by Ohio State and Colorado State.
I'd like to see that one again.
I would,
Kevin.
too. I thought he caught
like
it.
He had possession of that.
At least from up here. I don't know. I mean, we're up here, Press.
He's not really disputing it, so maybe the ref was right. I know I probably would have jumped up and down and tried to give a ref a drop kick, but
brings up 4th and 7. And the Rough Riders going to go for it.
Southgate's pass defense has been pretty good tonight, but who knows? Roosevelt may try another run.
Ramirez drops to his left, stops, throws. Hernandez, who was the intended receiver, just off his hands. And the Rams have the football in Roosevelt territory again.
Little too long of a throw. Southgate holds on. They get tough the last couple of plays on this series.
The play was there, though. The play was there. The receiver had gotten behind the defensive back.
Southgate is on Roosevelt's 45. This is the time where Southgate needs to go in, get a score, at least a field goal. If they get a touchdown, they can probably ice this game. They can kind of smell this upset of number 9 in the city, according to the Times.
And up the tourists, and they were expecting that. Rough Riders were sitting in wait. .10:40 remains in the football game. 13-0. Southgate leads.
Can Big Red hold on tonight? It would be a shutout. Do we know when the last time Southgate shut out an opponent? Looking at our books.
I gotta get back to you on that one. High formation, hand off to Castaneda. Miguel. It's immediately brought down. Gabriel Adewale makes the tackle, number 55. And timeout is called on the field. The clock is stopped for an injured player on the Rough Riders defense.
I believe it's number 22, Ruben Burgueño, but I'm not sure. Burgueño, a 6'3", 220-pound senior linebacker. Tight end. Being recruited by several major colleges, as we stated earlier tonight.
There's a lot of talent in these inner city schools. A lot of talent. It gets overlooked by the college recruiters.
Well, I was reading in the Times today that along with Dorsey High School in South Central LA has 4 current NFL players, the second most of any high school in the country. Keyshawn Johnson, who we saw get a little exercise last night with his helmet being removed forcefully, is one of them. Long Beach Poly shares the most high school players in the pros with I believe St. Augustine High in New Orleans. So there's a lot of talent in the inner city. There's a lot of talent in Los Angeles and surrounding parts overall.
The thing about it, though, at St. Augustine, and I don't take anything away from that school, but a lot of those parochial schools and Catholic schools and private schools, wherever you want to call them, schools that charge admission to attend, they give out scholarships. They recruit.
Yes, they do.
It's like college, you know?
They definitely
and
do.
That gives them an unfair advantage. They should have good programs. Heck, they're going out and getting the best athletes and bringing them to their schools, waiving the tuition, giving them scholarships, if you will. Inside handoff to Corona. On 3rd and 9. That's short yardage gain. Brings up 4th down. 4th and 6.
Very slow development.
Yes.
And trap play again.
The Rams going to punt this time. I didn't understand that at all. And the game isn't won yet, don't get me wrong. But the Rams should try to make an effort to keep the ball back or have the Rough Riders have the ball back in their own territory. I mean, one great play and they break this game open is 13-7. You have a whole new ball game. I think I'd like to see the Rams be a little more aggressive on offense is what I'm trying to say.
I agree with you in that point.
Rios' kick is off the side of his foot and it goes out of bounds at about the 28. And that's where the Rough Riders take over 1st and 10. 9:04 remains in this ball game. Southgate leads 13-0. You'd expect Roosevelt to start passing the football, but when you run the wing T,
I don't think Roosevelt really feels that much of a sense of urgency quite yet.
Would you if you were coaching that team?
With 9 minutes left, I would try to score within. I would like to score with at least 5 minutes left. I don't want to be below 5 minutes and not scoring a touchdown. A field goal is not going to do you any good at this point.
Back to pass. Ramirez looks to his left, throws. Benitez gets up near the 38. Has to get to about the 39 for first, so it'll be 2nd and 1.
Nice pass play, nothing difficult, nothing deep. They just got a quick 9 yards. They got a 2nd and short.
Jose Corona, number 2. David Portillo, number 81, next to him. The Rams receivers. Younger Waters split wide right. Back to pass for Ramirez. Looks, throws, caught by Cruz. Cruz gets past the 40, down the 42. 1st down, Roosevelt.
Keeping the chains moving. Nice catch by Cruz. Cruz running out into the flat. There's a Southgate player down on the field. I believe it's number 74.
You're right.
And he's not listed in our program.
I'll wait here while you go down and find out who he is, okay?
I'll run down there. Or was that number 30?
Daniel Balaam.
Okay, number 34. I'm sorry, it was a hard number to see. Number 34, Daniel Balaam. Or Balaam. On the replay, let's see what maybe happens to Balaam. He attempted to make the tackle and was left wide open for a clean block by Daniel Ramirez from Roosevelt. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him.
Aren't you lucky that the guys in the truck knew who he was? Yeah, a long walk down there to find out who he is.
That was pretty quick.
Coach Hernandez out there to help him up. Here it is again.
Balaam tries to make the tackle and it's just hit. Oh. Nice, clean hit.
Norman Waters. Waters just really got him in the ribs, may have knocked the wind out of him.
Balaam was at least walking off the field on his own power, and that's a good thing to see. That's a very good thing to see.
That is the Southgate fans who are here tonight making a lot of noise. Benitez has the ball bounce off his fingertips. Falls incomplete. They bring up 2nd down and 10. The ball's at the 41-yard line. 8 minutes exactly remains in this ball game. 13-0, Southgate leads.
This particular play Roosevelt just tried to run, I think may have answered your question a little better about a sense of urgency. I think now they realize that time is starting to wear down.
How about the vertical game going downfield? I mean, Hernandez has shown the ability to get open. Ramirez throws, intercepted. Jacinto gets it at midfield. 1st down, Southgate. Pass intended for Benitez.
And if you want to help credit that interception, you can give the credit to number 43, Chris Rico, who was right up in the quarterback's face.
Ramirez didn't have time to look downfield. He had a receiver sprinting downfield. I believe it was Hernandez, number 4. First and 10, Southgate. The ball's at the 49-yard line of Roosevelt. 7:52 remains in this ball game. They lead 13-0.
Jose Acosta hoping he can get some kind of time-consuming drive to ice this game.
They're going to run the ball. What did I tell you? Castaneda up the middle. Flags thrown.
Probably holding on Southgate.
They gotta call
Holding
no huddle.
Southgate, yep.
All of a sudden, no one's calling no huddle. We're out of position.
No penalty is a good penalty, but those are truly bad penalties because, one, you lose yardage, and number two, the clock stops because it's a penalty.
There's a dog on the field, Press. It's running off now.
Dog, I thought it was a warthog. Huge as it is. Jeez.
There it is.
Oh, that is a dog.
The official SGTV dog. We just adopted him.
He's looking for any love. Give him some love. Give him some love.
Look at him.
He's looking for love.
He's looking for something.
He's looking for love.
There's some love. Handoff. Castaneda. And the Rough Riders defense is there to stack him up.
Nowhere.
After the penalty, it was 1st and 20.
Nowhere to go. Number 16. Angel Cruz stacks up the play.
Loss of 2 on the play makes it 2nd and 22. Long ways to go for the Rams. They're back in their own territory. They do not want to commit a turnover here. 6:57 remains in the ball game. They lead 13-0.
They can try to move up the field as much as they can to at least get better field position for a punt.
And up to Castaneda again. Cuts up field. Castaneda runs to the left. Being pursued by number 8, Hernandez. Gabriel Hernandez finally takes him and throws him out of bounds. But it's first down, Southgate in Roosevelt territory.
I guess all you got to do is change the numbers on these long runs, huh?
Number 8,
First we've
Gabriel
got
Hernandez.
Eric Torres.
Gabe Hernandez in pursuit here. But Castaneda had a great run, picking the first down before he's thrown out of bounds. The ball spotted at the 30-yard line of Roosevelt.
That's a huge run against the Roosevelt defense. That's almost a dagger in the heart. They had him deep. Now they gained the first down.
Castaneda cuts back, flags thrown the play. What was that, Press?
Probably another holding penalty. There's a flag down on about the 28. More than likely holding against Southgate again. How many times can they put themselves in a hole and Roosevelt let them dig themselves out? Roosevelt has got to be kicking themselves tonight, Kevin, in this second half. They have had Southgate pinned deep in their own territory and had them march backwards, and they cannot stop them on crucial third downs.
Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. After the hold on Southgate.
Clock resumes.
First and 20.
6:01, 6 minutes and running. Time's running out on the Rough Riders. The Big Red is trying to make this attack stick.
Back to pass, Acosta looks, throws for Santos. Check that.
Oh, my!
Jose Corona. I thought it was intended for Santos. It was short, and a flag's thrown on the play. What a grab.
Huge grab, as you can see. Back to pass, a one-handed grab. Underthrown, he made the adjustment, which normally happens when a long pass is underthrown. The offensive guy makes the adjustment, but the defensive guy continues to not notice where the ball is.
He didn't look back.
Oh, great catch. We have a flag on the play. Is it going to be called back? Southgate acts like it's against Roosevelt.
Interference against the Rough Riders. Decline. First and 10, Southgate. Wow.
And that may be the biggest play of this game for Southgate. Santos bailed Costa out. Acosta on a really badly underthrown ball. Kind of like a Carson Palmer SC bomb, huh?
Let's not go there.
And he is number 11.
Let's not go there. And at the tourist, Eric. Tackle.
Oh,
a move.
Take it back.
Finally, he's tackled and brought down by Anthony Davila at the 10-yard line. Like he was bottled up at first. He broke one tackle, popped it out to the outside to the left. Here's the replay.
Simple dive play, shakes, bling, bling.
There,
turns it loose.
Breaks the tackle.
And he's not being tackled. He's not being brought down by one guy tonight. No. He's running hard, Kevin.
Davila and Cruz makes the stop. 2nd and 1, the ball's by the 11.
Southgate trying to go in for the kill. Touchdown here ices the game. There's only 4:38 left and the clock is ticking. Number 9 may be going down.
And up the reels. Check that, it's Castaneda. The distance we are here, that 20, look at 28. Miguel gets the first down.
Clock now has become an ally of Southgate. Roosevelt may start to look to probably start using their timeouts possibly because the clock is going.
1st and goal from the 9. The number 9 ranked Rough Riders are being shut out here so far this evening. 4:03 remains. Hand up to Castaneda, runs to his left. Miguel is tackled and brought down. Adewale, Jody makes the tackle. That was a good open field tackle right there.
Castaneda turns it to the outside. Thought he could get around the corner. He came pretty close.
Good tackle.
That pursuit came up and caught him, though.
There's a new scoreboard. Great shot of it.
I think Roosevelt must have heard us. They've called their first timeout.
3:38 remains in the ball game. Southgate leads 13-0. Back after this.
Hey, you want good food? Then what are you doing sitting down there for? Get on over to Bobo's at the corner of Firestone and Santa Fe. Yumpin' Yiminy, I tell you, you're going to love Bobo's.
Oh, for Roosevelt. Some of the play calls they've made. I didn't understand it.
That sign maybe tells it all for tonight anyway, Kevin. Southgate so far has been the better of these two teams. 3 minutes, 38 seconds left. Coach Rudy Fortes assembling his defense, assembling his offense, getting them ready to go out in this last drive. Try to ice this game. Southgate has the confidence. They've had the running attack. Miguel Castaneda, Eric Torres, the 1-2 punch. They have been driving through Roosevelt repeatedly all night.
Next week, the Rams play here at Hurd Field again. Take on HP for homecoming. Aaron Gonzalez was telling us before the game they try to get a sort of trophy to play for that game also, as HP is a neighboring city right next door. Maybe call it the Mayor's Cup instead of the Mayor's Trophy, which they play for in the Bell game. Castaneda takes up the middle. Brought down inside the 5. Third and goal from the 5. 3:09 remains in this ball game. Rough Riders looking to make a goal line stand. And up to Castaneda, Miguel is tackled at about the 2. They bring a 4th down. I think the Rams going to kick a field goal. Valdez runs out into the field.
and make this, the game is probably in the bag.
Yeah, I think you make this 16-0 with 2 minutes left, 2:30 exactly right now. That'd be tough. Be real tough. Hey, 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. You have a tall ball game. Stranger things have happened.
You're right. Without a doubt.
This is football. Vasquez's kick is up, and it is no good. And a flag's thrown, late flag. A little scuffling going on down there in the field.
Maybe a personal foul. If it's a personal foul against Roosevelt, it may give Southgate an automatic first down. Remains to be seen who it's on now. A lot of pushing and shoving going on at the end of the play. Referees are still conferring.
It's taking some time to sort this out. Almost like instant replay in the NFL.
It appears as though the penalty is going to be against Southgate.
It's no good. Personal foul. Roosevelt.
Now this will be interesting.
It's automatic first down, isn't it?
It should be.
Fourth and goal from the 2.
They can't be calling it a dead ball foul. Well, maybe they are calling it a dead ball foul because the kick is missed, so the possession changes.
So it happened after the kick.
It happened after the kick. So it's Roosevelt's possession.
Sure.
Because the missed kick, and they get the 15. Well.
So if they don't get the ball to 20,
probably halfway. Yeah,
get
halfway
the 10.
to the goal. Now they got a 90-yard march to get with it and try to get a touchdown, get something on the board, but 2:07 left. Doesn't look good. This would be a huge upset for Southgate, one of their biggest wins in the last 2 or 3 seasons, beating a ranked team. They scared the daylights out of Granada Hills about 3 weeks ago. Here at Hurd Field, Southgate barely lost that one 12-10. Granada Hills is ranked in the top 10 also. This would be a huge win. Not only is it a huge win for the rankings in terms of beating a ranked team, but it would be a huge win in the all more important conference race. They would be 2-0.
Back after this.
Now, would you want to play for the
It's the Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard for the freshest and finest in chicken, beef, and pork products.
First of all, there's no preservatives, no additives. It's naturally grown. Then again, with this opportunity, why should I consider anything else but freshness? And it's been the policy of this company all the time. Fresh is healthy. This is it. Fresh is healthy.
Quality meats from quality people. The Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard in Southgate.
Here we are.
What's going on, baby?
Personal Preston Mitchell.
2-0. 2-0.
Great job tonight by our camera crew, as always. Very entertaining football game. This will be the first home win for the Rams this year.
Southgate's trying to make the turnaround. Coach Hernandez has definitely got them playing on a different level right now.
Back to pass, Ramirez. Intercepted by Santos. Ernesto Santos into the end zone. Touchdown,
oh my
Southgate.
God, effort, baby, effort. That's what I'm talking about.
Turn up the lights. The party's over, folks. Southgate has won.
Number 9 is going down. Look at this play. Interception. Oh, my. Look at the effort. Dragging 10, 5. He dragged Jose Hernandez 10 yards across the field to the end zone. You talk about somebody wanting a touchdown and wanting his name on that stat sheet for 6.
That was a poor pass.
That is effort.
Poor pass. I don't know what Ramirez was looking at. The DB was right there in front of him.
I don't think he ever saw him.
Valdez out to kick the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 20-0. Southgate pitching a shutout tonight at home from the number 9 ranked Roosevelt Rough Riders.
okay?
Like about 12 and 13, but he dragged in the last 10. Was it the 16? You know, he ran about 2 or 3 yards. He dragged him like the last 10. He just dragged him. It was, I'd say 15 yards, maybe. 15-yard interception.
This crowd is into this tonight. It's loud. Stands are rocking.
Even if they are playing that old hokey victory song.
Oh, come on.
Where'd they steal that old song from?
That's a great fight song.
Was that,
I tell you.
Was that Trey Tech? Is that where the fight song came from?
Yeah. I'll let that go. Ah, man.
Southgate has played a very determined game tonight. Ball control, defensive effort has been tremendous. Their best defensive effort this season.
Onside kick by Valdez. Recovered by the Pathfinders. That is a very
not a bad
curious
play,
move there.
but why not kick it deep?
Why not?
Why give them the ball on the almost at where they're on the 42 to start with?
Here it is again.
I don't think they were kicking it to recover it.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. If they're kicking to cover it,
that's
confusing.
Well, let's give the defense another shot to show their mettle.
Back to pass, Ramirez. Looks, throws, almost a second. Oh! Good hit. Pass intended for Benitez. Santos almost had a second interception, and then the hit was applied by Carlos Garcia.
Garcia waiting for him.
Here's the replay.
Garcia, the safety, comes up with a nice stick.
Crunching blow. Santos comes out of the ball game, a little shaken up.
That's what those safeties get, those running starts.
Ramirez back to pass again. Rolls up and sacked and brought down. Chris Rico on the hit. Edgar Garcia, number 31, assisted him. Fired up Rams there.
Roosevelt trying to hurry. They should have more than one play call, but apparently they don't. The clock is just ticking away.
Saw a shot of Marcus Clinton there, number 27.
Wasting what little time they have trying to send in a play. They've lost about 13, 14 seconds already. You don't have much time, got to use it wisely.
Going out to his right, Ramirez stops, throws, hits, he throws the football. And Clayton Jones made an effort to make the interception. Came up a little short, but he made a break on the ball like he's a receiver. Great effort by Clayton Jones. 51 seconds remains in this ball game. It's 4th and 10. The ball's on the 42-yard line of Roosevelt. This is the last gasp right here.
Unless Roosevelt gets the first down here, this is their last offensive play of the night.
They're partying tonight in Southgate. So they play the death music. Inside handoff, this is Smith. Robert Smith on 4th down. Jones misses him. 1st down. Smith still on his feet, breaking tackles. Smith still on his feet. Finally, he's brought down at the 36-yard line. A good call on 4th down.
What a run by Smith. He was hit and bumped on at least 3 different occasions running down the field.
That's refusing to go down with the first hit. That's what that is. That's all determination there. Look at Smith. Good cut. Nice move there on Jones.
Boom. Bounces off.
Bounces off another defensive back. Still on his feet. Had Chris Rico had to come over and make the stop. With 38 seconds remaining in the ballgame, a timeout's been called on the field.
Do you think even Roosevelt came in a little underestimating Southgate tonight? Taking him a little lightly?
You know, it's just the way the game has been played, I would think so. I hate to assume something about kids I don't know. I've never been around the Roosevelt kids, ever watched them play before, but just the assumption because of the success they've had over the past 2 weeks. 2 huge wins. I would think so. Plus, I'm sure they may have seen the fact that they're ranked in the paper. That probably helped their confidence a little bit. Like, oh, man, we're ranked at times, you know? I remember one time Southgate was ranked. They've been ranked many times, but I remember one year they were ranked. And I said, Coach Koija, hey, you're ranked in the top 10. He says, oh, yeah, and I hate it too. And I said, why? He says, because the kids see that, and it goes to their heads. And then next week they went out and lost the game.
It's a blessing and a curse in some ways.
It can be, Press.
Or it can sometimes press you to work harder and get higher.
True.
I don't think Coach Hernandez cares about the rankings at all. He just wants his team to be consistently good in all phases of the game.
Yeah, they're peaking at the right time in league play. Deep pass. Caught. Great grab. Norman Waters. Oh, man. Falling on his back. Norman Waters running away from the football. Turned around and made the grab. Here's the replay.
Deep pass to the corner. Waters turns around. Sort of an underthrown ball again. The defensive backs don't turn around to see where the ball is.
Jose Duran.
But the receiver does make the adjustment.
Fortunately
for South. Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin.
I'm sorry. Number 53 made an interception earlier in the football game. Earlier in this quarter, really.
Fortunately for Southgate, this game is pretty much out of reach because Roosevelt did not have to drive far with that short kick that Southgate kicked on the previous kickoff.
First and goal from the 5. 25 seconds remains in this ball game. As Southgate wants to keep their shutout intact. Got to come up with a couple of big plays here.
Got to dig in.
Watch the double reverse. Ramirez rolls out, stops, looks, throws, caught, touchdown. Almost picked off.
It looked like it went right through the Southgate defender's hands into the Roosevelt player's hands.
Robert Smith makes the grab.
The rollout.
How he caught that, I don't know.
As a matter of fact, it may have even been deflected.
There was 2 Roosevelt receivers in the same area, so you know it may be a busted play. The Rams will get the win, but not the shutout. With 5 seconds remaining in this ball game, Roosevelt scores. 5-yard pass, Ramirez to Smith.
Very mild damper on a victory tonight. No shutout.
Lopez for the extra point. This kick is up. This kick is good.
No shutout, but we'll get the W. And as you can see, Bubba's already in rare form tonight.
He's in birthday mode. Now, you know what it is? He must have heard about the Tyson fight tonight. He's covering his ears up because Mike Tyson's coming to Southgate.
Bubba, Bubba, please don't go down Firestone Boulevard looking like this. Please. Oh, gosh. Southgate police are tough, Bubba. You might want to think about that.
Much love to Bubba. He is the man.
Probably the last play of the game, kickoff, and obviously an onside kick coming from Roosevelt.
Think so? I didn't think Southgate would do one, and he did do one. Maybe Roosevelt kicked it deep. I mean,
unless there's a 13-yard touchdown, a 13-point touchdown I've never known about.
Okay. Ball's deflected in the air. That is the most. Here's a replay.
Nice kick. Got the high bounce that they want. The Southgate players were just kind of.
I was going to say that's one of the most confusing
the ball.
onside kicks I've ever seen.
It was a perfect kick, pretty much what you want. The high bounce to try to get the tip on it. Now Acosta will just fall on the ball and call this an even.
The Rams will improve to 2-4-1 overall and 2-0 in conference play. Take on HP next week here at homecoming. 7 o'clock kickoff. Please come to the game. Enjoy the festivities. Enjoy the football game.
Roosevelt will fall to 4-3 and 1-1 in the conference, and their number 9 ranking is history.
And that's it. Southgate 20, Roosevelt 7. The Rams on a 2-game winning streak. Bring on HP.
Oh, bring on the Rams, the St. Louis Rams, what I'm talking about.
We'll be right back after this.
It's the Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard for the freshest and finest in chicken, beef, and pork products.
First of all, there's no preservatives, no additives. It's naturally grown. Then again, with this opportunity, why should I consider anything else but freshness? And it's been the policy of this company all the time. Fresh is healthy. This is it. Fresh is healthy.
Quality meats from quality people. The Maloney Meat Company at 3255 Firestone Boulevard in Southgate.
So the Rams improve their record at 2-4-1 overall. 2-0 in the conference. Press, final words?
I just want to say Southgate seems to be improving. I know Coach Hernandez seems like he has them playing on a much higher level, definitely than our last home game against Fremont. Maryland's 2-0. You can't argue with that. Their last 3 conference games are very winnable games.
Yes, they are. Happy birthday, Jose Bean Makepeace. Way to go, Bean. For Kevin Terrell, Preston Mitchell, good night.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.